Hey guys, welcome back. Or, welcome if you've been here, but if you've never been here before, welcome. Stay. Visit. Chill. There's no Netflix. You gotta pay for that. Because Netflix sucks. Anyways, we are doing another pickup video. We got these wonderful things. Let's get my Advance mixed in. And it's kind of a mixed bag. I bought a lot of games. And I'm kind of like working on starting my own little retro store. So we're in the opening phases. Like we're starting to put our stuff on eBay. But obviously we are still a collector. So there's still things that we don't want to get rid of. So with that being said, let's get into it. For the Game Boy Advanced, Beyblade V-Force. I love Beyblade games. They're actually a lot of fun. And it's kind of hard to determine if they're skill-based or if they're just challenging. Star Wars Flight of the Falcon. I know it seems like I'm sniffing my games. I'm dropping them like an idiot. But, yeah, we like, Star Wars games are a thing. I like Star Wars games, especially flying ones. Kind of hard to screw that up. So where do we start? Some of the grails. The original F-Zero. For the Super NES. So excited to have this one. Now, this is probably the one game that could actually get me into it. I like F-Zero. I always like the concept. I just wish you could do like a little bit more with the cars. Like I wish you could like customize them and stuff, but that's a personal desire. Rayman, the original. Now, a lot of these are loose or their cases are damaged. And that is unfortunate, but it's still pretty cool to have some of these because some of these aren't easy to find. But yeah, Rayman for the PS1. Loose copy, but still pretty cool. I like Rayman. I didn't play it as much as a kid, but I mean, I know of it, and I would actually be pretty excited to play it. Why does this not want to open? It's like it's jammed shut. That was unusual. Rayman 2, The Great Escape. Pretty cool. I think it's super cool to get the extra. Now, some more loose stuff. As a joke, Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius. Keep that guy. Have some fun with it. I was almost going to be excited for this because it's Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. Problem is, it's only disc 2. So I don't know. Probably worth nothing. Gran Turismo 2. Now, this is the simulation disc, so, I mean, that's pretty cool because, I mean, it's the simulation disc. I mean, it's the actual part of the game I would play. I didn't care for the arcade side of things. If I'm going to play a game like that, like if I'm going to do technical racing, it's going to be technical racing. Die Hard Trilogy. Again, a lot of these are, this is not the greatest pull because a lot of these guys are in like jewel cases and stuff, but just to have these games because I can actually spend some time restoring them, building new packages for them, finding their manuals. Like it just makes it a journey, which I'm actually pretty okay with. 007 Racing. I did not play this, but honestly, Twisted Metal, but with Bond vehicles. I'm down with it. Oh god, I gotta clean this one, but this was what introduced me to the Xbox. I got the Xbox that came with this, and it is dirty, and it needs to be cleaned, possibly resurfaced. A lot of these do, but these are for my collection. These are not something I would be putting out. For the Wii, Link's Crossbow Training, with the sleeve, manual, and everything, complete inbox. Kind of cool. Never really played it, but it was a good way to kind of like get used to the Wii and play the first-person modes. Sports Champion, which was a which was a PlayStation Move game, one of the first ones they made for it, which I thought was sick. I actually really liked the concept of the Move. Trying to get this off of here without damaging it. There we go. Just get that sitting properly. So yeah, PlayStation Move for the PS3. Or sorry, Sports Champion for the PS3. It had archery and stuff, which actually that I would be interested in playing. Rugrats in Paris, the movie, the game. I love that one. Some of these are just, they make me happy because they're like, I played these as a kid. You know? Especially this one, Crash Team Racing, the original. I loved Crash Team Racing. I actually beat it as a kid. I remember that last race and getting so fucking angry at it. Oh man, you can tell somebody mishandled these guys so badly. I mean, I would hope that whatever I do to them, that I can like legit get them working. It would be nice to see how many of these actually work. This one's out of curiosity. Ninja, Shadow of Darkness. I'd be interested to see what kind of game that even is. Probably an action stealth game, which could be potentially fun. And we got Spyro the Dragon, Year of the Dragon, which would be kind of nice, except for the fact that they wrecked the front of it. But, you know, what it is what it is. It was a good game, and plus my fiance has the complete edition. So we have Reignited and the collector's edition of the original games. So honestly, that's fine. The Sims, Theme Park. It's not The Sims, it's just Theme Park. I'd imagine it's a similar concept, though. So, Roller Coaster Tycoon before roller coasters were tycooning. I don't know. It's in garbage condition, but this is one of my favorite games as a kid. I loved Super Mario 2, and I mean, the grail of the three is the third one. But the first and the second one are fantastic. And this one I always had a blast with because you could pick up the dudes and chuck them at people. I thought that was fantastic. What a great way to fuck people up. So we're diving into some PC games. Like I said, we don't do a ton with PC, but we have some original PC games. Warcraft 3. Obviously, this has a key on it, so I can't let you see it too closely, but this is the original Warcraft 3, which is pretty exciting. Especially with the remaster being as bad as it was. We got Pac-Man 2. Pac-Man World 2, sorry. Pac-Man World 2 for the PC. I think it's for the PC. Looks like it's for the PC. Yeah, it's for the PC. It requires a Pentium 3. Some hefty requirements. Next up, Cool Borders 3. I didn't know they did a third one. Cool Borders! I remember playing the first one on my PlayStation Classic right after I got it. And I remember sucking at it too. Just putting that out there. Tiny Tanks. Now, my friend Total Levels actually reviewed this, and he really likes this game. It's one of his favorites. And I was kind of excited to see this on the roster. I mean, if I could find a manual for it, get it resurfaced. Perfect. Normal copy. Works just fine. Now, one of the things that I went in and I was really excited to see when I was picking out the lot, and it's what drew me to it in the first place. Holy, what the fuck did they do to this? Sorry. There's gonna be some resurface work on this. I want you to see this. This one's pretty bad. This one's so bad, it's obvious. Anyways, maybe they put it through a bad resurfacing machine. I don't know. This is the Lost World Jurassic Park. So, I'm excited to get that resurfaced so I can play it. Now, it's not perfect, but it is a call out to my childhood on a big level. It's Game Genie. So it's kind of like what Game Shark was before Game Shark was Game Shark. And I had a book that my grandma had as well. And we used to use this and play Super Mario 3. So after we beat it legit, we went and we turned on cheats and just goofed around. And this is hilarious. Like, all the pins and everything are actually in really good condition. So I'm actually pretty excited to pop this on, and I have to find some codes for it. I'm sure if I internet that shit, I can totally do it. I'm actually pretty Street Skater. Never played it before, but willing to give it a try. I'm sure can't say anything on it, because like I said, never played it. What the fuck is this? I don't fucking know.
Street Skater.
Now this one I might require some jerry rigging, but Blades for the PC, the games for Windows Edition. So, I heard funny things about these games, and I'm sure that there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, the condition, again, some of these games is not fantastic. Admittedly, I'm actually really disappointed in the condition for some of this lot, because I paid $350 for the lot. But you know what? The games weren't even the main reason for choosing it. There was a backwards compatible PS3 in the lot. There was a few PS3s and a 360 in there, so on that PS3 alone, upgraded, properly refurbished, and cleaned up, and tested, of course, could fetch a good $250 to $300 if you throw, I throw games in. Like, if I'm gonna sell you a system like that, I'm gonna sell you a bundle. It's gonna come with everything you need to get started. And honestly, the PS3, the backwards compatible one, it's a great all-in-one system when you need to watch a movie, or play some games for the old school stuff, or play some more modern stuff. Great system, and the PS2 is one of the best libraries that ever existed. So, I mean, if you can play that, the 1 and the 3, it's got the biggest game library access, of all time, in terms of, which consoles. Because, I mean, what is it, 600 plus games for the PS1, that's just in North America. And then you had another probably 1,000 for the PS2, easy. And then you had PS3, which, I mean, I think crossed about 600 to 800. I think it went over 800. So, you had a lot to choose from. And I feel like that's actually been kind of a less and less type of trend these days. The last game in the lot, Sonic Unleashed. Now, I really wanted to try this one. I don't even know if it's good. I don't harbor that opinion. I don't think it's going to be good or bad. It just seems like it could be fun to turn into a more beastly hedgehog. Faster. Well, not faster, but apparently stronger. Anyways, still exciting. So, what I'm hoping is that I can see some of these games get revived properly, but I'm already in the process of reviving the PS3, and I can tell you that from what I have tried on it, it does work. So where we've gotten with the PS3 is that it's had an upgrade. It had its hard drive upgraded. The original one wasn't failed, but it was corrupted. So you couldn't get the PlayStation to fix it on its own. It needed help. But I figured if I'm going to go this far, if I'm going to pop that hard drive out in the first place, I might as well put a better one inside. So we brought it up to a 500 gig hard drive. So it's a PS3 backwards compatible with a 500 gig hard drive. There's a lot you can put on that. There's a lot of space there, especially for games from that era. You have, it's going to have a normal, an actual PlayStation controller, all the wires and fixins. And yeah, it's a good looking little system. I mean, I gotta get the bottom panel plate for it that covers the hard drive zone and put the blue screw back in place. Find one to put back in place because it doesn't have one. And I mean, honestly, the other two PlayStations that are there are the top loading ones. So they do away with the disc system that the previous generations had, which the slot load disk drive is just a fucking nightmare. I am so tired of them using it. My main problem being is that it fails catastrophically. All of the slot loading systems, be it tray load / slot load, or, just those two systems do not work well. They do not have any longevity to them. So, a disc spinner seems to be fucking invincible. I have a PS1 that I bought 4 or 5 years ago, and when I got it, its spinner was in fantastic condition, and it still works perfectly. And then at that age, and even to today, it still works perfectly. So I don't know. That's messed up. That these new systems with their slot loading disk drives, they're dying. That's one of the biggest things that dies on them. It makes it really hard to fix them too, especially because the PS3 and onward have a married motherboard system. Now, if you're wondering what that means, it means that the disk drive is often connected to the motherboard of the device. So it means that you cannot change one without the other without having some super explicit knowledge about coding and changing things inside. Like you have to like alter firmware and stuff like that. And it's not always doable. It's not always easy to do. And if you're somehow successful, you may still fail in other ways, like something doesn't work or the tray doesn't open or something stupid like that. More notorious for that is iPhones. They are bad because like from the 12 onward, if you change out a part, you're not fixing it. When that screen comes out, it's gonna go and be not working anymore. So you put the new screen on, and then it's gonna basically lose the ability for face capture. It's gonna be losing the ability to unlock the phone through it. There's a whole bunch of crap that happens when you change it. They did a test where they took the logic board out. That's the motherboard of the phone. Swapped it over to another iPhone 12 that was perfectly functional. So they're both brand new iPhone, fresh out of the box, nothing wrong with either of them. Swapped them, and then both of them had the same problems. So it's like, it's not a matter of faulty parts, like these are parts straight from Apple. They just don't want you changing them. So there is no repairing iPhones from our end these days. They don't have a way around it as far as I'm aware. So anyways, this has been another poll video from the stream space. I'm Pydera. You can find me over on YouTube, Pydera Space 74. That's where you're watching this. Over on Twitch, Pydera_74, where you can find us pretty much most days of the week, unless we are on PC or Nintendo, because we stream those right from where I'm sitting right now. So thank you for checking us out, and throw those likes, follow, subscribes in all the right places so you can keep up with all our content. And if you want, you can throw us a nifty little donation, and we won't say no to that. We like making videos for you guys, and they're easier to make when you have some money to get stuff to go make the video. All these things cost money. I think the whole bundle that I picked up was like $350. But it got me the Breath of the Wild guide, and it got the Fire Red Leaf Green guide, and Lost World, and a bunch of other games. So, again, thanks for checking us out, and I will see you guys next time.